Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This video deals with a very important lecture which is entitled An Introduction to Linguistics. Before going into this concept in depth, we should know what language is. Years ago, linguists like Sapir defined language but focused only on its communicative function. He claimed that language is a purely human and non-instinctive method of communicating ideas, emotions, and desires by means of a system of voluntarily produced symbols. This language is not considered as an innate means of communication. However, it is something that people learn during childhood. According to this scholar, language is what characterizes human beings on Earth. Its use makes them different from animals. It is in fact claimed to be utilized so as to convey messages, to communicate thoughts, and to express feelings. This concept was also defined by another linguist whose name was Pei. He said that language is a system of communication by sound, operating through the organs of speech among members of a given community and using vocal symbols possessing arbitrary conventional meanings. It is also said to be a system of conventional spoken, manual, or written symbols by means of which human beings, as members of social group and participants in its culture, express themselves. The aforementioned words explain that language can be found in both an oral and a written form. In 2008, 14 sheds light on the fact that nearly 7,000 diverse languages exist all around the world. According to him, 50% of the countries on Earth give one or several tongues the official status. This bar graph shown in Figure 1 displays the most popular languages existing all around the world and provides the exact numbers of their speakers in the course of 2018. For him, the most spoken language in the world is English, and the least popular ones are French and Portuguese. Now, let's move to another type of language that can be used by anyone in order to express himself. It is called the silent language. This refers to the ways in which people talk to one another without using words. This plays a vitally important role in our lives. Here is a link of a YouTube video showing an example of the secret whistle language in Turkey. The whistle language refers to the use of whistling to produce speech in a language that allows fluent whistlers to transmit and comprehend a potentially unlimited number of messages or to communicate effectively. Whistling is not only used in highlands, it is even used at sea. The different functions of language are as follows. The first one is regulatory. Language can be used to influence the behavior of others, like persuading, commanding, and requesting. The second one is interactional. It can be utilized to develop social relationships and to ease the process of interaction. The third one is personal. It can be employed to express the personal preferences, identity, feelings, emotions, personality, opinions, and reactions of the speakers. This means of communication can also be used for the purpose of exchanging information, learning and exploring the environment, or creating imaginary systems or ideas, such as stories, jokes, and fairy tales. Its last function is that it's considered as an instrument that helps one to express what he needs. Now, let's move on to the most important part of our today's lecture, which is that of the definition of linguistics. This term is referred to as the scientific study of human language. It is concerned with the study of language in all its aspects and manifestations. Merriam-Webster Dictionary explains that Linguistics is the study of human speech, including the units, nature, structure, and modification of language. Such a definition touches on the relationship between linguistics and disciplines, namely psychology, sociology, and philosophy, since language is linked to the study of the brain, society, thought, culture, and knowledge of the world. More importantly, linguists scientifically study the rules, systems, and principles of human languages. Some of the questions that can be asked in this field are: what distinguishes human language from other animal communication systems? What features are common to all human languages? How is such a knowledge system structured? How is it acquired? How does it change over time? And how do languages differ? There are three criteria that any researcher must follow during any scientific study. The first one is objectivity. The linguist's judgment and research should be impartial and totally neutral. The second one is exactness. Any linguistic theory should be correct in every detail and valid in terms of time and place, in addition to the data collected by the researchers. The last one is empiricism. The linguistic investigations should rely on observation and experiments and be concluded with findings and results. Linguistics has two major goals. The first one is bringing our unconscious knowledge of language to the level of consciousness, i.e., familiarizing us with this knowledge. The second one is studying how the different units of language are combined and how they operate in the human brain. This specific field is divided into two main branches that will be discussed briefly. These are microlinguistics and macrolinguistics. Microlinguistics focuses on the details of language itself, including its sounds, grammatical structures, syntax, and meanings. There are five components of language, which are phonology, morphology, pragmatics, semantics, and syntax. Phonology is a study of language sound systems. Morphology is a study of word structure. Syntax refers to the study of how phrases, clauses, and sentences are constructed and combined in particular languages. Semantics is the study of meaning, and pragmatics is the study of how language is used in context. Macrolinguistics takes a broad view of linguistic phenomena, studying the context in which language is used and its development over time and among individuals. Macrolinguistics includes sociolinguistics, psycholinguistics, applied linguistics, computational linguistics, and historical linguistics. Sociolinguistics studies the relationships between language and society. Psycholinguistics deals with the study of the mental aspects of language and speech. Its domain is concerned with how language is represented and processed in the brain. Applied linguistics examines the structure of language and its role in communication, language acquisition, second language learning, and how the social or cultural environment interacts with the language, in addition to the structure of the language and its role in communication. Historical linguistics, also called diachronic linguistics, is the scientific study of language change over time. The last one is computational linguistics. It is a branch of linguistics that deals with the techniques of computer science that are applied to the analysis and synthesis of language and speech. Thank you so much for your attention.